Good morning here from cloudy Shymkent in Kazakhstan. Just walking up the steps to Independence Park. The weather here is really totally different to Uzbekistan. Like in Uzbekistan it was all sunny, cloudless, very dry, and here it's like clouds all over the place. So I do expect some turbulences on the flight today, but I still have 3 hours until the flight departure. They have a huge monument here. I don't know what it represents, but it looks impressive. And just like that, it actually started raining. Well, drizzling. Yeah, that's it. Nothing to see here anymore in Shymkent. Let's head to the airport. I found a bus route that should go to the airport, bus number 12. And it should depart from a stop close to here every 15 minutes. So let's see if we can find that bus. So, made it to the airport after 35 minutes on the bus, and there was no traffic either, so it takes 35-40 minutes in regular traffic, just take that into account. But anyway, we're here now, and it cost 100 tenge, or at least I gave the driver 100 tenge and he nodded it off. Anyways, we're here now, and it's actually the very first airport that I'm using in Kazakhstan. On my previous trips, I only used trains and buses to get in and out of Kazakhstan, and this is the very first airport that I'm using, Shymkent Airport. So I'm flying the infamous SCAT Airlines today. Well, at least they used to be infamous, because in the past they had like a very bad safety record, but they have improved significantly in recent years, and in 2018 they were actually removed from the EU blacklist, so they could offer flights to the EU. I don't think they have any at the moment, and they actually have their head office here at Shymkent Airport. Like you would think it's in Almaty or Astana, but actually no, it's here in Shymkent. And it's really raining quite a bit now, so let's get inside, get checked in and go to Atyrau. Now here in the departure terminal of Shymkent Airport, there are only 3 check-in counters, and they're occupied with an Astana flight right now. So I cannot go there for my Atyrau flight yet, but it looks on time. The departure board says it's on schedule. Actually, I'm already checked in, but I only have like a PDF which you're supposed to print out, and I'm not sure if they accept it at security, so yeah, better have a printed paper boarding pass. Aircraft will be a Boeing 737-800. Like a regular one. They do have MAX aircraft as well, the MAX 8, MAX 9, and SCAT Airlines was actually the launch customer for the 737 MAX in like the Central Asian region. So as I just said, we are flying to Atyrau Airport today. It's located at the northern end of the Caspian Sea in the west of Kazakhstan, and it actually holds a record. It holds the record for being the lowest lying international airport in the world. It sits at 22 meters below sea level. So it's a good thing that I have a diving license, but we'll see if it's actually covered in water or not. Given all the rain in Kazakhstan today, it might actually. After I collected my boarding pass, I soon found myself at the gate, marveling at the PHP sites in Firefox they use for the gate screens. So, now past security in the gate area. There's only one gate. It's a very simple area really. There's a cafe, there's a toilet, and that's it. There's no free water, unfortunately. I had planned to fill up my water bottle after security, but they don't have a water dispenser here. Yeah, security was very fast. You can even leave your laptop inside your bag. Now waiting for SCAT Airlines to Atyrau. Boarding is about in an hour. I have no idea how full the flight will be. I have a row in the very back, so maybe they don't fill it up. You know what always amazes me in Central Asia? The airports and the train stations, they look so big from the outside. I mean, they are big, the buildings are big, but then when you get inside, like the actual passenger area is actually quite small. And also the train station in Tashkent was rather small when it comes to like the waiting area. So this being a regional airport, actually it's an international airport. The announcements are only in Kazakh and I believe Russian? Don't know. Yeah, no English at all here at the airport. I wonder if SCAT Airlines will have English announcements. 20 minutes later, boarding started and it seemed very chaotic as there was no line and everyone just pushed forward. A bus brought us out to the aircraft, which would be this 11-year-old 737-800. It started flying for Air Berlin in 2012 and was later transferred to SpiceJet in India before SCAT Airlines received it just about 2 months before my flight. It has 189 seats in a Nord Economy 3-3 configuration. And welcome aboard the SCAT Airlines 737-800. The process at the gate was very chaotic. There was no organization, everyone was just kind of pushing toward the gate. And then also during boarding it was the same, everyone was kind of rushing towards the plane, trying to be the first one on board or something, I don't know. I mean, it's not gonna depart without you, so relax. It's still raining outside and the cloud base is very low, so I do expect some turbulences on the way up. I don't know about Atyrau, haven't checked the weather there. There's an Antonov 124 parked outside. It's from Volga-Dnipro Airlines, a Russian airline. But let's get back to today's flight. It's full, as it seems. I don't see any empty seats, and the announcements are actually also in English.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, this is flight attendant speaking. On behalf of SCAT Airlines, the crew would like to welcome on board Boeing 737. Our flight is from Shymkent to Atyrau to flight time 2 hours. Thank you for your attention.
Dear passengers, our aircraft is preparing for takeoff.
So then, airborne out of Shymkent, runway 28, just passed through the cloud layer and now it's all sunny. The pilots taxied very, very slowly in Shymkent. My guess is they still needed to go through the checklist, needed some time for that. And then the initial climb out of runway 28 was also quite shallow, I thought. Maybe the aircraft is quite heavy, I mean it is fully booked, and I guess people also have a lot of luggage, so yeah, maybe it's quite heavy. Also, it's nice to have a window seat, so if you want to reserve a seat in advance, SCAT Airlines charges you for that, but during check-in you can actually select a seat for free, so I just did that. So about the cabin itself, it's pretty standard for a 737-800. Legroom is okay, it's clean as far as I could see. They have an in-flight magazine, but it's only in Kazakh, I think, maybe Russian, I don't know. And they have some fleet information as well, which is kind of cool. They have a huge variety of aircraft actually. And apparently they have a buy on board service, so there are no free snacks. Maybe I get some water. The flight was calm and uneventful as we were crossing the vast emptiness of southern Kazakhstan. Midway through the flight, the crew handed out water bottles. I didn't bother buying any food, but many passengers around me actually bought cup noodles. So then, just started a descent into Atyrau. Was an uneventful flight. Crew was nice. Other than that, nothing happened. There are a lot of babies and like small children on this flight, so there's a lot of like crying and stuff. But anyway, we're descending towards Atyrau now, and let's see if that lowest international airport is actually underwater. Yeah, I'm just kidding about that.
Кунактар мен мырзалар, Атырау қаласының әуежайына қош келдіңіздер. Әуежай аумағындағы ауа температурасы 20 градус жылы. Қауіпсіздік мақсатында үкімет толып тоқтағанша өз орындарыңызда қалуларыңызды сұраймыз.
Just landed at Atyrau Airport. Oh, it's not underwater. In fact, it looks very dry to me. I mean, it's at the edge of the desert, so the runway is quite bumpy. Like the one here in Atyrau and also the one in Shymkent. I don't know, maybe the runways could use some maintenance, but it's really bumpy. Like even during taxi, you can feel all the bumps on the runway. A bus brought us to the terminal, which I would describe as the shortest airport bus ride ever. I'm not kidding, it took 30 seconds. Right, now here outside Atyrau Airport. Toilets in this airport are really disgusting. Anyway, let's not think about that. Yeah, it was an uneventful flight, on time. Everything was kind of smooth. There were a lot of infants on board. Like, just in my vicinity, there were 5 infants. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind infants on board. It's a part of life. But let's just say it was a very noisy flight. Anyway, I'm not gonna stay here overnight in Atyrau. I'm gonna stay here for 6 hours. And then I'm gonna head to Atyrau on another airline. So I actually have some time to go to the city. There are a few buses and I think number 4 and 21 are good for me. They don't go as frequently as I would hope, but still maybe I can spend like 2 hours in the city. Actually not quite sure where the bus stop is because buses are like parked anywhere here. Maybe there's like no central bus stop for the airport. But then again, the drivers are on a break, so you also can't just walk up to the bus. Eventually, I found the right bus and was off to the city. Made it to the city center in Atyrau. They have a nice bike path here by the river and also a running path. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, some clouds in the sky, but way better than Shymkent. So I have like an hour to spend here and then I will head back to the airport. And if you want to find out what airline I'm flying tonight, you should subscribe now and you will see. Until then, enjoy your travels.